Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Friday, the 24th of January. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing, learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right, okay, yesterday we just powered up again. So we still have a lot of upside targets, not on SPX, but we're getting pretty close to the retest of the all-time high on the ES, which I think is something we're probably going to knock off in the next few days. Possibly quicker than that if there are really going to be no retracements at all. And really, we've not seen anything significant since the lows. Looking at NQ, bearing up, again, we got a clear target at a retest of the all-time high, and it is steadily heading in that direction. On our we've got sort of, you can see that SPX powered higher yesterday. NQ, not so much. RTY, again, coming back up into this high. In YM, that powered up too. So it's being led by Dow and SPX. So, but at the moment, Dow hasn't made it to the retest of the all-time high, and that is a target. RTY, that's more of a question. I was talking about that on my post yesterday. We've now, the ES sell signal failed. The YM one has now failed. And we've got, still hanging on by a thread, our DAX and the STX, and they could fail too. So these have both been powering higher. European stocks have been doing very well. All right, let's have a look at the shorter-term charts here. Now, we did this little break here, which I was thinking might herald some retracement. It didn't. We've still got a week 6 RSI 14 sell signal fixed, not been doing anything so far. If we power up again today, that'll probably fall. We do have some negative divergence on the SPX hourly chart. Obviously, we would need to see some movement downwards for those to turn into sell signals. That's possible. RSI 14 and RSI 5 sell signals brewing at the moment. On the daily chart, obviously, the bands are going up. We're sticking pretty closely to the daily upper band. And we are on a band ride, I think, although we've really only got 2 days of that so far. Looking pretty slightly in nosebleed territory on getting into nosebleed territory on the RSI 5 on the daily chart. But obviously, we've been higher quite a few times on this chart, and we may well go higher again. In terms of volume, we've had nothing lately. We had this big one here, which was, let's see, just shortly before this low. We made this low and then went up. So nothing really to see there. We shall see. Looking at the Qs, coming back up into the retest this high again, and 15-minute RSI 14 sell signal hasn't made target. This is a very unidirectional market at the moment. We don't have any divergence on the hourly charts, partially because we haven't retested this high. When we do, we'll get a possible hourly RSI 14 sell signal brewing. We're now getting pretty close to the flag target and a retest of the all-time high, and I think that's probably going to be a stop which we make in the next couple of days. On the Qs, again, at the daily upper band, not really calling it a band ride yet. All right, Dia. Dia, we saw the little break and continued straight up. We've got an RSI 14 sell signal fixed. If we didn't already have one fixed, another one would have been brewing at the close last night. On a move as strong as this, doesn't really mean anything. This one, we've had one fail here. We've had one fail here. This one could be in trouble if we continue to go up today. There's not a lot to see on that. We don't have any hourly divergence on Dia. Again, getting into nosebleed territory on the hourly charts and very much on the daily charts. The RSI 14 buy signal here has now reached the possible near miss targets, and that's all of the buy signals we were seeing at the low on the dailies, which have now made target. Again, we got a pretty strong target at a retest of the all-time high here at 450.08, and I'm expecting to see that made. All right, IWM. IWM, struggling a bit here as NQ has been doing. RSI 14 sell signal made target on 15-minute. On the hourly chart, retest of this high would get us possible RSI 14 sell signal brewing, but more importantly, it would get us through this flag resistance, which we closed at again yesterday. I've got to say, as long as we break up, these two tests here just strengthen the flag. As long as we break up. If we don't break up, then not so much. And we could, of course, be heading down to flag support. That seems unlikely. but it is possible. All right, on the daily chart. Bit of a pullback here. We've provided some relief from the daily 3SD upper band, which is now expanding pretty steadily up. And actually, I just wanted to go back to something on Dow. Dow, the bands are now heading strongly up, and the 3SD upper band is rising faster than price, which is just as well because we've been holding really the last 3 days as the daily upper band as support, the 2SD one. All right, looking at DAX, this is kind of a sort of inverted skydive at the moment. Again, getting into nosebleed territory on the daily RSIs. On Nikkei, nice move up, getting up into a retest of 40.4K. I'm still skeptical about it getting up into a retest of 42.4. All right, now on currencies, we've got a really interesting day today because the head and shoulders that I've been talking about forming here has now completed and it's trying to break down. This is actually, there's a fair amount of support for this, not just from the daily sell signal on the daily DX chart, but on EURUSD, where we have an IHS, which is breaking up, got a target here in the 1.074 area. On GBP, where actually there's another inverted head and shoulders, which is broken up, this time with a target in about the 1.266 area. US dollar, USD JPY is looking ambiguous. We had a little double bottom here, which failed. We've got another one which looks as though it might have a try. USD CAD, we've got a nice looking double bottom here, but it hasn't broken up yet. Australian dollar, we've got a double bottom here. Haven't drawn in the arrows yet, but this has broken up. And NZUSD has got another double bottom, which has broken up as well. So we've got a lot of reversal patterns here, which are breaking. In the event this one on the dollar makes target, I've got that target at about the 105.1 area. ZB, again, I was just looking for this to be a rally and then come back down and continue down into probably the 104 to 106 area, which is where I've got approximately where I've got the target, which is actually on TNX. This is a very nice looking for me at the weekly pivot. Very nice looking possible head and shoulders for me. It could be this rally on ZB is over. I think there's been a lot of talk that, the inauguration and Trump coming in and his wanting lower interest rates is about yields falling. Actually, I think this was just a rally. They're reading way too much into it. I think we've got a date with a retest of the current high at about the 4.98 area, I think, on TNX, and I think we may be about to start that leg down. Alternatively, we could just be starting. We could be just coming back into a retest this low, possible setup of a double bottom there, maybe, but I have to say I'm leaning lower. CL, we are heading towards the head and shoulder target. We're seeing a bit of a break below the 200 DMA on the daily. Could this still be a bull flag? Yeah, it could. Got to say, we got nice sell signals here, and they haven't made target yet. NG, I was talking about the possibility we might form a head and shoulders right shoulder here, and here it is, and it's beautiful. It's really nice. And we're pretty close to rising support. If we break down from this, I'm liking the downside. In the meantime, though, the 60-minute sell signal had reached the possible near miss target and is pretty much reaching the full target. So we know early sell signal from now. GC is powering up towards the retest of the all-time high. SI formed a bull flag, which is breaking up, and I'm looking for a target ideally in about the 35 area. Looking at HG, we had the head and shoulders, it broke down and it failed. This has got a target back up at a retest of this high in the 4.47 area. All right, let's have a look at KC. KC, we made the retest of this high. This is a potential second high of a double top. Nothing strongly suggesting that it is, but worth noting. SB, nice rally from here, and the buy signals on the daily chart will have fixed by now, I think. So I think we could be putting in a very significant low. CC has broken up from this rather messy-looking triangle in the end, and I'm looking for a target at a retest of this high here in the 12,950 area. On wheat, I'm wondering about some retracement. On corn, we've got a nice-looking little potential double top that hasn't broken down yet. On soy, we've got a possible nested double top where the first one hasn't broken. Possible larger double top, possible smaller head and shoulders. It's pretty close to breaking down. If it does, it'll take us back to the double top support, which is in the 1018 point, and 3/4 area. CT, did this double bottom fail? We don't actually have a level for the failure of double bottoms, and it didn't quite make the low. So at the moment, I'm leaving this on as the original double bottom with a target in the monthly pivot area at 69.31. Messy though. LE has retested the high here. We've got a possibility of it turning. We've still got an old 60-minute sell signal fixed. And we've got, well, we'll see how it goes, but I wouldn't be that surprised to see it go higher from here. And live cattle, sorry, lean hogs rather, we've got, looks like a bear flag. I'm really at this stage, I'd be looking for a retest of this low here in about the 84.5 area. All right, great. Let's have a look at ES. Okay, we were powering up yesterday. The sell signals, the 60-minute sell signals now failed. They'd failed. ES1 had failed by yesterday morning. YM1 has failed now. Obviously, we've got plenty of upside targets. I'm expecting to see a retest of the all-time high on NQ. I'm expecting to see one on YM, and if we can, if RTY gets its arse in gear today and actually breaks over that flag resistance on IWM, then I think we've got a decent shot to retest the all-time high there. I don't think this up move is close to finished yet, and I think the lack of decent patterns on the RTH 15-minute charts is illustrating that point. So we'll see how that goes. At the moment, every opportunity to see a retracement has not been taken. We may go up further before that changes. So this has been a hell of a move up, and we'll see where it goes from here. But I think I'm still thinking that we're going to see more weakness than strength. I'm wondering if this is a high before a larger retracement, but I could be mistaken. But I think this year, I've seen this from some other analysts as well, talking about it. I think this year, bigger picture is going to be about bonds. And what happens in the bond market when ambitious spending plans, which don't really involve any prospect of improving the national debt, are implemented, or at least try to be implemented. So we've not reached an issue where we can have a crisis about that yet. It may be 2 or 3 months before we do. I'm not expecting to see a huge amount of upside here from here, but I am expecting to see more upside directly. And we will see where this tops out. All right, great. In that case, I think that's a wrap. I'll have everything posted as soon as possible, and I'll catch you guys later. And everyone have a great weekend. See you Monday. Oh, there was a question here. All right, okay. Palladium, everyone's gone now, but I'm just going to answer that quickly. Right a second. Wait a sec. Hang on. All right. Palladium. All right, Palladium has made the initial level bottom target in the 1020 area. Not seeing any particular reason for it to turn around. No current negative divergence. I'm liking this higher. Next big area would be at 1055. All right, great. Everyone take care.